And I grew up in a home, not a Christian home, but I had good parents. That's when I accepted the Lord when I was probably about 11 years old. And at that time, then I said, Lord, I want nothing else but a good Christian family. So I just want to see my kids grow up. Just want to see them married and have kids. And had great grandkids, and that was super. We started out in this home with a few people, and my wife Jackie, he hired her to work. She was a accounting manager, and done well. She never got involved in that kind of stuff before, but she really done well. And then I went with Cory, and I went working for him, took care of all of his equipment and everything for about, 6, 7 years anyhow.
So he was your boss?
He was my boss, yeah. Jackie, my wife, she finally retired, and then Cory said maybe it'd be a good idea, maybe you want to retire too, Dad, and just take it easy, And so I did, and I still grow and mows grass, stuff like that, but I enjoyed that, working for your son, each one of them, the whole family, and the faith that they have in Jesus Christ is just great. You know how good that makes you feel.
How good does it make you feel?
Good enough to cry.
Praise the Lord.
Bless the Lord, praise the Lord, and He's just done so many things for our family, and what a blessing.
My dad sang in a quartet with Gary Smith and Harry Smith and Dave Barr, and Doris Barr played the piano, and we travel from church to church, and at that point you just laying your head on your mom's lap, and me and Doug Smith kind of just taking a nap during the service or whatever, but it was kind of awkward at the time. But when I look back on that, I remember my dad introducing his family, and the role model that he was, singing for the Lord and with that group through church after church, and those things mean so much more later. And just that heritage and what you see on my mom's side with my grandmother and her grandparents, and the heritage that came from that side as well.
I've always kind of recognized, or I've always known kind of what this man has done for our family, but I've never really, I don't want to say I took it for granted, but I kind of did. I say a lot in youth group, I haven't had to really work for my faith. Everything that I have now has been kind of given to me on a silver platter, so to speak. I just can't wrap my head around, my grandfather especially being kind of the one to take the lead on that, because I can't wrap my head around what it would look like to have to start the faith in the family and kind of start that legacy. So something that's such a blessing for me that he kind of paved the way so that my so that my future family can walk strong in the Lord as well, because of what this man has done and for what my grandmother has done as well.
These young men's growing up, they're having families. Tell your kids you love them. When I was young, I never got that. But I made sure that I was going to tell my kids that I love them. Every time I call them up, before I hang up, I tell them, I love you. That's very important for a young family, but the fathers, they need to let their kids know that they love them.
One of the things we found parenting our children growing up is that the style or type of parenting changes as they age. And it's a process where we learn more about ourselves than we probably do anything else. And we find our weaknesses slapping us in the face, so to speak, and you make a lot of mistakes. But God's grace is bigger than all that, and thankfully so. Spend less time worrying about your mistakes and more time investing in your kids.
Just so much power in the fact that the man to my left never gave up on his faith, never gave up on that that vision of having a strong Christian family, that just never gave that up. Always when he felt like he would be straying or felt like times would get tough, he just always knew that God was faithful and God would be faithful, that he would be able to see his faith come to fruition through his son and through his grandson, and hopefully that I will continue that to my son, to my grandson, and my great-grandson.